Folks, Black Bull Markets have 10 merch packs to give away to clients who sign up before the end of the year, including one of these trader keys. So to go in the draw, all you need to do is sign up with the link below this video or in the podcast description, and you'll go in the draw to win. It's that simple. And remember, folks, when you sign up to Black Bull Markets through the Trading Nut link below, you're going to get a 100% deposit bonus up to $1,000 on your first deposit. All you need to do is click the link in the description below the video or the podcast.
Good morning, everyone. Morning. There we are. We're good to go. All right. How did everyone go yesterday? Have a good day? Bad day? All right. So we're looking here. We've got a bit of an annoying day today. So we have in about 40 minutes time, we have our first batch. Hey, Gyro. We've got our first batch of PMI coming out for the Frenchies. Then we have the German 15 minutes later. Then we've got Eurozone in general. And then we've got Pound at 9:30. And then there's no substantial news until the US session, when you've got Empire State Manufacturing Index, and then you've got the US PMI as well. So it's one of those days where news is sort of scattered throughout. People are going to be looking for clues to see whether Christine Lagarde's hawkish comments are validated or not, or if we continue to see these pretty poor numbers. Pounds are going to be an interesting one because they did see an uptick the last one. You can see that they had a couple good readings. A number for PMI over 50 is considered expansionary. Numbers under 50 are considered contractionary. So you can see they've had a run of bad numbers for the last 4 months. They've all been pretty poor, 4 months at least. Manufacturing has been very difficult to get going in the Eurozone, especially for French, since the start of this year. Services held a lot better. They did hold a lot stronger. So they saw positive numbers, at least up until positive. When I say positive, I mean above 50 until May this year. Same with Germany. Germany, we've had some really poor numbers, even under 40, struggling all year, basically since mid last year. But the services sector held up remarkably well, considering there's only started seeing numbers under 50 in the last 4 months. Pound, so the UK, they had numbers. They've been strong in manufacturing again for basically the best part of a year and a half. But services held up pretty strong, and they even got a good number last month. So we'll see. We'll see. It's usually pretty choppy. It's usually like kind of like this when we get these PMI numbers, because often, not always, often you get one good, one bad. So and then a good, then a bad. So it just chops around. So I'm not super hopeful today. I'll see if there's a trade worth taking, but if there's not, then so be it. Let's see what other headline. So we did have this Villeroy. Sounds like a Harry Potter character, but he was talking about rate hikes are over, barring surprises. So barring surprises, as in, yeah, unusually strong PMIs, unusually strong retail spending, unusually strong inflation shocks, the spikes in data, but the Eurozone significantly. Hey, Peter, the Eurozone PMI, inflation readings, they're dropping pretty fast now. So yeah, I don't see them hiking anytime, but they may just hold. That's the thing. But even that, I don't think so. I think Christine Lagarde was trying to paint, trying to leave all options on the table. But I think the data coming from Europe shows that they're going to probably have to cut sooner than they were suggesting. So all yesterday's move did was perhaps correct a very, very hot German 40 market. Very, very hot. This is the most sizable. Like, we actually had a daily candle that actually looks like a bearish candle. So this whole run up since all of November, we haven't really had a bearish candle. That's a bearish candle. But looks like they're just going to fade that out straight away. So some of that could be as well from reacting from 17,000, finally hit 17,000, which was a pretty massive number when you think about it. So let's see if we can actually go and retrace this move. I think we can. I just think maybe we'll do a little pullback first. Hopefully do a little pullback first. Got some interesting news on NAS. I'll discuss that when we give a little bit of time. But my levels, so daily, very bearish candle. Just retracing a few of these guys, but it's still very much an uptrend. 4-hour time frame. We only just did a spike back into structure. So this is your first structure over here, like all of this area, and this is your second structure over here. So we just did a second structure pullback and bounced off. So let's see. Like, I think the bulls are back in charge. See, no bottom wick on this guy. Just opening with the Frankfurt Open candle. It's just been powering straight up. So I've already moved. How many pips were moved? Already moved 40 something, 44, nearly 50 pips already, just in this first 42 minutes. So yeah, very much clean candle to fill. Got no wick. This could be a little bit of a target, at least the 16,900. I kind of expected it to get back up there. That would be our close to our New York high, and just retrace this whole move. I don't really want to get into it too early, but I think maybe it's the day to move before PMI. Hey mate, hey Glenn, how are you? Yeah, it's just momentum to the upside, so I'm sure that people are already in it. Maybe it's just going to sail away. Might just sail away without me. All right, so yeah, let's try find buys. Try find any way to get into this buy. So hopefully it will just do even if it comes back, if we close in 15 minutes, not even taking the euro low, but just bounce off the Asian high and then push up at least to this area. And then hopefully we should just be able to smash straight through that. So that's my idea. Hopefully we get a little bit of, yeah. Where's the New York 50%? Already past it. Well past it. I knew it would be past it, but I was hoping it was going to be like the top of this Asian high. So it'll be Asian high and NY 50%. But this is a good area. I think this is pretty sound resistance that could become your support. So London Open, maybe we just do a spike down, get in for those buys. I mean, if they really want to screw people over, they do a pullback all the way to the Asian low and then go up. So we'll just look for any signs that the retracement is just a shallow one. But it looks like we're very much so heading back north, especially with those comments by Villeroy. What else they say? Removing language was an important signal. ECB will get inflation back toward 2% by 2025. They'll probably do it before then. Yeah, I'd say they'll definitely do it before then. The way it's coming down, I know the energy price of my energy bill is massive. So that's going to add to inflation. But it should be able to get it down before then. What else? Nobody suggested rate cuts at the last meeting. Removing language was an important signal. We're on a plateau, have time. ECB patience on rates between the data 2.1%. For France. Oh, next policy move should be a lowering of rates. Yeah. It does that say which meeting? But it definitely, I can't see them hiking. So it should be a lowering. But the actual next move would be holding and then lowering. But the next change will be to the downside. What about this Nagel? Monetary policy tightening is increasingly yielding results. Yep. We had a lot of speakers. That's the danger after the FOMC. The blackout period has ended. So now you get unscheduled news again. Yeah. Well, barring any surprises as well, it should be fairly straightforward day. Just buy. Close your eyes and buy. Oh, I knew I forgot something. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this thing, but it's giving me two streams again. I don't know what I've done. If you're watching and it's about to cut out, then find the other stream because I don't know why it's streaming twice. Yeah. Very strange, man. Whatever I done, I wrecked the stream. Okay. Now we've got 12 minutes. So today as well, let's talk a little bit for NAS for later on. So today is Triple Witching Day. Hey, lead left hand. Yeah, I saw you on some of those comments. I don't know what's going on with my stream thing. I'm gonna have to work it out. Okay, so we've got Triple Witching Day today. So this is going to create some volatility in the NY session, no doubt. Okay, so this is when your options, so people got their insurance policies on moves. Today's the day, so you can get some wild moves in the first minutes of the open. Now the other thing that's happening today is rebalancing day for NAS. So the Nasdaq's going to rebalance. The way that's looking is that Amazon and Apple and one other, Broadcom, I think it is, or someone, they got too much market share. So combined. So what they're going to do is they're removing a few people, a few businesses. They're removing Zoom. They're removing eBay, Lucid, JD, Align Tech, and Enphase Energy. So they're coming out of NAS. They're being replaced with CDW Corporation, Coca-Cola, DoorDash, Mongo, Roper Technologies, and Splunk. I don't know what some of these are. Go on. Yeah. No. These guys aren't performing. So, but they take out ones that don't perform. They put in ones that are performing. Normally, it doesn't really have too much of an effect. It's just getting the weak out and putting in stronger performers. But the issue is that the way they don't want to have over concentration, and we know that the big seven, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Google, those guys, Nvidia, Microsoft, those guys, a lot of them are making too much concentration because of the way how much their stock prices have gone up. So if we have a good closure, so you can see Microsoft is 23.5%, Apple at 22.8%, and Broadcom at 4.9%. Combined, that makes up 51.2% market weight. So they're just got to rebalance these. So they just reduce their weighting. Okay, so if Apple and Microsoft Apple, most of the big seven went down yesterday, and they don't often go down more than a couple of days in a row. So I'm expecting them to rebound a bit, but I do wonder if there is a little bit of manipulation to keep them weighted, because it is so nice to have 7 strong stocks really just pushing NASDAQ up. But let's say that it does get reweighted and these get reduced down some of their weighting. The rest of you take out the top 7 from NAS, and the other 93 aren't doing too well at all. So what I would imagine would be a pretty come Monday, because they won't do this until afterwards. They'll say oh, this is once today closes, they'll announce what's going to happen on Monday, and the changes will take place. But what I can imagine for NAS on Monday is we have just pretty reduced volatility. I don't think we'll have a massive day on Monday, given the time of the year as well. But I can imagine that they did the same thing mid year back in July, when we saw all these guys are rallying hard in July as well. And if we go back to July 24th, because it takes place on the changes coming on Monday. In a bear market, it could be a good sign. So you get increased volatility. In a bullish market, when these guys are reduced, then we can. What's going on with my charts, man? They're having a spaz out. Let's just manually go back. Okay, July. This one. Okay, so this is rebalancing after the rebalancing took place when a bunch of the big seven got reweighted down. You can see like we got volatility, but we just got mostly range. So I can imagine the same thing playing out. So that's kind of an idea already going ahead for Monday, to expect maybe a bit more choppy conditions. We'll see. We'll see how like the big seven close today. Good morning, Razik. But something to be just to keep your ear to the ground for that one. All right. Other than that, I think it's all systems go. So we're so bullish from FOMC, and then Asia really loved that, and then London didn't do anything. But New York had the sell-off yesterday with the big seven mostly dropping, but you can see what's happening with the, if you don't look at what New York did, you can, apart from them just selling down, you can see we're still making higher lows, which is very significant. So it's very much just by the pullbacks. It's just New York reacted to what Asia and London did, in the sense that Asia drove price so far up. New York won't buy the high. What they'll do is they'll sell down. It'll be a sell to buy. Okay, if NAS is going up and the big seven are going up today, that theoretically should drag German up. German just might need a little bit of a helping hand with some not so bad, well, actually, bad numbers are good news for German. Let me write that down for you. Bad PMI numbers equals good news for G40. When the ECB officially pivots, when they officially pivot and then say we're going to cut, then bad PMI numbers is bad news for German 40. All right. Does that make sense? So at the moment, bad news is good news for stocks. When for Powell having officially, well, I guess officially is a strong word, but for the Fed, now that looks like they have pivoted and they're starting to price in rate cuts for next year. Good news is good news again for stocks. So good employment numbers, good retail spending, when it was threatening to keep interest rates high, was bad news for the indexes. Now that they've pivoted, good news is good news again. Quite confusing. But I think good news is bad news for the European indices right now, but bad news is good news for the European indices. I don't think this is going to come back. I think the train's leaving early before the PMI. If we're lucky, we get a little pullback. But if it pushes up now in the next 2 minutes and then is up here, and then that PMI numbers start coming out, now it's a bit dangerous for that pullback to be a bit deeper, because we're starting to push up into previous supply. Anyway, we shall see. We've got a minute and a half. Is there any questions on what we just covered? What are your guys' thoughts? What are you thinking? Oh, a bunch of people here trading on stream. Good morning. Good morning. Do I trade gold? Yeah, I do trade gold. I like gold. At the moment, though, it's just mostly indices. Gold, I do have some ideas for gold. We've got a minute, so I'll just run through my levels. Not very many. I'm just looking to trade, like yesterday, above 2040. Just waiting for a clean break above 2040. We had the first break yesterday again. We had this first break above. I was able to take these highs out, and we pushed up into this little zone over here. Next time we can close inside of here, then I think it's just going to be buys all the way up to about 2060. to see the US dollar continuing to weaken off. But I really want to see something sustain above 2040. If we're breaking underneath 2030 again, I will look for a buy, thinking this is a fake out. But if we close substantially into these areas, then I think we've got clean candles. We might revisit 2000 again, but I can't see that happening. All right, so we've got 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Let's watch German. Oh, no, don't freeze. Come on, man. All right, German. Here we go. This is the open now. All chart view. 3 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute. Cool. All right, give us a pullback initially. Come back to 16,787 and I'll give it a first shot. Something like this. Something like this. But it's pushed so far that I don't think it's going to pull back. But I wasn't in this trade, so for those that are in the trade, hope it just flies for you. All right. Hey, Tom. Now, because I'm not sure if it's going to react from this level or if it's going to sweep the whole thing, that when it comes down to here, I do want to see a confirmation with price action first. So that's like a wick. If it's just reacting off this area and then turning around, sort of, then I might have to just enter, say here somewhere, and go for like 20 pips. Not preferred. Yeah, it's just going to be a steady move. I don't think there's plenty of news for them to do the manipulation inside of. So for this one, you need to be in this one already. Otherwise, it's just going to be a straight move up. Come on, German. Is anyone who? So Rob, you're in this one already. Who else is took buys pre-London? Okay. Yeah, it's a bit too early for me to have entered inside of here. I usually wait for the London Open. Wayne Holder, you are nice one. A deal. This is German 40. Don, keep in mind that the big boys have until 22nd of December for end of year repositioning, tax loss harvesting, making markets very unpredictable. Yes, sir. So 10 minutes, we've got the first bout of PMI. Lila Fan, last night tried re-entering when I saw a rejection after getting stopped out. Price to retrace far back enough to hit my limit order. Missed entry. Oh, 2 points, damn it. Should already be in the smoothest last night. Yeah. Yeah, it was... Got to the market was moving so nicely yesterday, but it got to a time I just had to like call it a day. As soon as I go into the city, take Maddie for a little walk, and when I get into the city, the reception gets really patchy. So it's a good time to just relax then for the rest of the night. Lachlan Council left in New York from here. Yeah, at least up to these wicks. But with PMI days, it's always a bit slow. What about Naz? What's Naz doing? Naz is kind of creeping along as well. Is it? It hit all-time high. Leader fan, should we just wait till the news when the first 15-minute candle closes? Yeah, I don't want to unless you're in it already. It could spike up, but you don't know how far it could pull back either with this news incoming. The French one shouldn't impact too much, but the Germany one will at 8:30. Let's look at Dow. Hit all-time high. That's sneaky. What are they saying? They're saying 40,000 for Dow. $40,000 by year end. Who knows? That'd be a big jump. But you can see here, like all-time highs mean nothing in indices unless it's like been a while. Like first time, you can get a little reaction, but like these were all times. Like once we're above here, each one of these months, new all-time high, all-time high, all-time high, all-time high, all-time high. It just keeps on grinding higher. Look at it go far out. Just an insane rally. But all the charts look the same now. They all look the same. So it doesn't really matter what you're trading. So like when price is in a difficult area, sometimes it's correlation. that you can say, like for Dow, like you got no resistances, do you? Nothing at all. But I reckon Dow will also have a reaction when NAS hits up here. Dow will also react. All right, so German's looking like it's continuing very slowly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This gap connecting the sessions. This whole area. Oh, sorry, Glenn. There you go, mate. Yeah, a bit of a shame though. Bit of a shame the timing for this trade. That unless it pulled back to give me an entry, I don't want to, like the move started from here. So I don't want to be entering buys like here. So it's either gone and it's going to have to wait for the next bus, or yeah, can't force a trade for me. Especially Friday. I don't want to ruin my weekend. We're taking a dumbass trade. Or a trade that's like not dumbass, like it's the chances of it just keep on pushing is very high. But taking a trade that was impulsive rather than a planned trade. Oh yeah. Yeah. Let's see, mate. Let's see. This bit. This is yesterday's plan. Let's clean this up. All right, 2 minutes till PMI. It's annoying that pullback. This one for London Open. It's a nice one. It's just not enough to have got me into it. Okay, 20 seconds. Remember, bad news is good news. So PMI is out now. This is the French one. See if there's a little bit of volatility. I expect more in the German one in 15 minutes time, but this will be interesting to see what happens. Good news is also good news because it means that the Eurozone maybe is not slip it into stagflation or deflation as quickly, as in like have they over tightened. So imagine it's just going to keep on pressing. So what was it? We got bad numbers. So that's good news. Very good news for indices. So this should just keep on pressing. There we go. Maybe a little reaction here just because this was a previous London low. But closing above these two 5-minute candles, this is technically a pullback. These two candles. So closing above there, it's just going to open the door for another push. Here we go. Regarding taking trades for myself, as it just keeps on grinding higher, it's just I don't really see I don't want to take a sell, but I'm not seeing any like real entry levels apart from just if you just want to buy the high, just assume it's going to keep on going up. Risk reward is not going to be very good, but I don't really see. Kind of just you got to be happy just scaling in on this one. Trusting that this is your support candle, or at least this wick. That if we can get to the next high, even this next candle discloses like a little pullback halfway and then just sort of just going in on the moves up to the next zone. I don't like getting in because I don't know, my stop loss is technically not really underneath a strong support. But this, yeah, it just looks like it's just going to keep on grinding higher. So maybe a little reaction here from this London high. Sorry, London low from yesterday's London low. You got like a little reaction. The 5-minute closed above those. So technically this is your little pullback. We close above it. So it should just be like wick fill. I guess that is 15 pips. Gonna give it a shot. Just trust that this is my support candle. I'm only going for a small trade here, but I'm going to enter and buy and see if this candle here can hold its support. Stop loss will be underneath this wick, and then looking to target this next area. Risky, so because it's so far into the move. So don't if you're going to take this one, make sure it's like minimal risk. These moves kind of, this would be a potential scale in if you're already in the trade, but these kind of trades suck to take because you can get little whipsaw at any stage. And it's so high into this London session, like this previous one. But if we're breaking substantially under these without giving like these any wick pullback kind of things, then what I'll do is I'll just close this one. But I'm just assuming that trusting that this candle should hold price. Like this is the pullback. And I'm risking like, minimal amount. It's more just a proof of concept. I'm just trusting what I'm seeing, like having conviction with what I'm seeing with price action. No, it's not a ninja entry. This is a crap entry. It's just the move started beforehand. There's not much I could do about it apart from like try get in and just at least wait for price to close above, and then to see if we can get like little pullback entry. But it's a crap entry. It's a very bad entry. So 15-minute chart, looking like a little rejection at the moment. So hopefully it just closes. We've got the German PMI news that can come out as well. Unless we get a straight push and move away. If it's right here when PMI is coming out, then I'll just take it as a break even. And if price is stalling here for too long, then it also, if it's stalling here for too long without actually just breaking up these new highs, because this to me, these two candles, these 2 3-minute candles now has created a range. I don't want to range into the news in case there is like a spike like that. Come on. Nice. Got 10 pips up now, so I'm probably going to strangle this trade. I don't want the retest to come in, so going to move to break even and just see if we can do a wick fill. If we get to the top here, I'll secure some. So that it'll be at least take something, and then we'll just roll the dice with the news. So I'm taking profit right now. Not closing the whole thing, just taking some profit so that I've got something to show for it, because I reckon the news will probably stop me out, but the news will probably, I don't want to have slippage either. So I want to reduce the size, even though it's a small trade anyway. It was more about just practicing trade management. So let's see if we can just really hate these kind of trades. But it looked nice, as in this is your pullback. These two 5-minute candles. We tapped into the London low from yesterday, so we expected a reaction. That reaction price pulled back 20 pips. So from this high down to this low was 26 pips. That's enough for a reaction. I was trusting that this blue candle is my support candle, but I'm going to put my stop loss underneath the wick, because you want to put your stop losses underneath wicks. But this is a liquidity candle. So if this candle picked up that liquidity, it shouldn't retest the lows unless there's something wrong here. Now, we've got like a rejection wick from the top, and we've got a rejection wick from the bottom. So this creates a range. So it makes sense that I'm in a trade from the lower end of that range. Trusted the price can just push back up to the top here. Now, if the news that comes in 2 minutes, if it's whatever reason, this is a real throw at the dartboard now. If this continues or not, the news could be, anything can happen. So make sure you've locked in some profit at least, that no matter what happens now, the news is not going to ruin your day or your session. No, I didn't mind the entry, Razik. Yeah, but it's not a great entry. I like to be in like, taking the meat of the move, but it was okay. If I was I should get used to taking these moves a lot more. These are like scaling entries. These are the ones that I try practice on. Like if I'm already in a position, how would I add? How do I add to my trade? And that's like looking at the price action and the lead up to it. If it spikes lower, shows rejection at the FVG below, same level as your support box. I'm tempted to enter the buy. Yeah, we'll have to see what the news comes out as. Looks like it's going to take me out. Oh, I'm out. Yeah. Thanks, Danny. Yeah, the spread took me out just now. All right. Well, it was worth a shot. We're able to bank around 10 pips. So now let's see what the news does. Now, traded above this level, if it's bad news, again, traded above this level would be very easy. So here's the news now. What was it? It's going to take a few seconds to come in. Hopefully it's bad numbers. Actual 46, forecast 48. Yeah, bad. All bad. Yeah, all bad. So that's good news for those long trades. Bad news that Yeah, PMI is always messy. Bad news that it came and just literally took me by the spread. Close that position. Now it should just keep on running. I'm not going to buy here though, because that's the high. But for people in buys already at a better price, then I hope it just flies from here. So because we're dipping into this area, I do like to see if it can pull back, and then taking that second, like as it's pushing up here, that would be a good entry. But at least get to the New York high. All bad news. That's all feeding into. All of this news is unwinding any hawkish comments from Lagarde. So any hawkish comments, so it should unwind the whole drop as well. All right, I'll be right back. Lurking around. These two. Oh, 2 days ago. Yep. Yeah, price accumulated here for a bit. Yeah. It's got no wick as well. No wick on the 30-minute. So, yep. Yeah, definitely. These are all little hot spots. All right. Well, trading up people. If you're watching on his stream, on the Trading Nut stream, I'm going to continue on my channel. The name's down here, HaydosFx on YouTube. I'm going to close one of these streams, so that's just my one going now, and we'll continue on for a while longer. Just my computer's running a bit hot. So, good luck with your trades if you're not going to join. Hopefully we do get that continuation. It's just a little bit lumpy inside of here, and price has moved up fairly cleanly. So if there's pullbacks, that's going to be brilliant for us. That's what I really want. Oh, you got to have late dinner, Tom? All right, catch you there. Yeah, Trading Up people, come to my channel if you want to continue watching. There's music there. Otherwise, have a great weekend. And we'll have to see what the next weeks are going to have entail for those streams. I think I have to tell them I'm going to be in Portugal, so the internet's not going to be as fast, and I'm not going to take my grunty computer as well. All right, so I'll end the Trading Nut stream. My channel, we're staying on. Zoom people, we're staying on. All right.